Tampa Bay Times had an article this week. Tampa Bay home sales climbed to the highest point in 7 years. Drew Harwell from the Times actually interviewed me and one of my team's clients about what's going on in the marketplace. And you know, it was interesting because Stephanie Tolan, the purchaser in the story, bought a South Tampa home, and you know, she'd heard for years about it being a buyer's market and prices dropping, and then she found herself losing out on houses and turned into a bidding war, and ended up paying more than the listing price to get the property that she wanted in South Tampa. But multiple listing service data shows, you know, the typical home in Tampa sold for $150,000 last month, a 22% climb since March 2012. That, ladies and gentlemen, is appreciation. 22% from year over year, which is surprising for people. And Marcus, I wanted to ask you how, you know, we're seeing, you know, 3 to 4 months of inventory in some of our target neighborhoods, some neighborhoods as low as 2 months of inventory, and you know, prices climbing, and it really turned into a seller's market. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows either. But how does that compare to what you're seeing, you know, down in Sarasota and Bradenton?
We're definitely seeing the same thing, Andrew. You know, down in we've got 2 different markets, and I think even for us compared to Tampa, you know, as you go down the coast, every time you hit a new market, it's a new market. Everything, the numbers are a little bit different. You guys have seen the hedge funds buying in here probably before we did. They were probably about 6 months before they got down to us. In Manatee County, you're seeing we went from 5.4, or no, we went from, that was Sarasota, 5.4 months of inventory to 5 months inventory in Sarasota. Manatee County went from 4.8 to 4.5. So we're seeing the same thing. We're definitely seeing the market just growing. But again, the distressed sales are still out there, but they're decreasing on a percentage basis. But the normal sales are still growing, and it's a great time to sell. There's just a lot of opportunity to do so, and we're seeing the same thing where they're buying over the price.
Yeah, and I think the you know, interestingly, not only price is up, but the number of transactions. So you know, more than 3,100 homes sold in Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco County, a 7% jump over last month. So not only are prices up, but more activity too. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, interestingly, you know, we've got the market improving. We've got you know, large impact from you know, people outside the country. We've got large corporations impacting the market. So overall, you know, a lot of positive signs pointing to what's going on in real estate. However, we're the foreclosure capital of the world. You know, so it's you know, there's this backlog of shadow inventory and concerns from people about, you know, is the market going to keep improving? Are we going to keep going up? Because, you know, a study this week says that, you know, Florida is the nation's foreclosure state, and Miami's the foreclosure capital. You know, I speak to real estate brokers in Miami that are friends with us and that we do business with, and I'm hearing that they're having the same challenges that we are, bidding wars and competition and all this stuff going on, but, you know, they still have record foreclosures. So, you know, the one thing that I said, and I've said this repeatedly on the show, I think Tampa Bay, just because of our lack of inventory right now, can handle the foreclosures. If they dumped a lot of foreclosures on the market, the buyers are out there for them. I mean, right. It's not going to really change much. I think it'll just mean more homes sell. Yeah. You know, I don't think it'll mean that we're sitting on the market forever, because there's so much corporate investment in the marketplace. But the challenge is going to be, you know, if that continues, you know, a lot of foreclosures, even if our market is healthy. You throw a lot of foreclosures out there, and the problem that presents isn't that people will buy the foreclosures. It's what happens when those become the new comps for appraisals. Well, you know, and that's a concern.
Well, and I don't think that you're going to see that dump. Everybody keeps looking for the foreclosure.
They're going to spread it out. They're smarter than that.
Well, and I don't think they have the resources. I ran some numbers in our market, and year over year, from 2010 to 2012, there was a 2% variance in the number of distressed sales that were sold. And what that shows me is our court systems are backlogged. They only have
crazy backlog,
and they only have so many assets that they're going to be able to allocate, you know, from the finance side of it to be able to get the foreclosures through. The banks are the same thing. They're not going to hire a bunch more, you know, employees in order to sell things that they're going to lose money on.
Right. Well, and I think the other side of it is it's not only that, but I think that they're also smart enough to know that, hey, they're not really making money selling homes. They're making money loaning money. Right. You know, and if they throw a bunch of foreclosures out there on the market and hurt appraisals, they're not going to be able to loan money. They're not going to be able to, you know, sell normal properties because the appraisals are going to get so low that they can't, you know, that they can't get them closed.
And they've got some smart guys out there, yeah, you know, and ladies. So
but they're watching
the prices go up too.
They got some dumb ones too, but they have some smart ones.
But they're also seeing the prices go up just like we do. You know, so, you know, the reality is we're going to dump them out now. I mean, what would that do to the market?
And that's one of the challenges we see on short sales right now is that, you know, banks now, I mean, if you've got a short sale that takes a while to get the BPO done and get the appraisal done, they might want to redo it because they know prices are up. And then you're going through the whole process all over again. So, well, anyway, you're listening to the Duncan Duo Real Estate Show. If you've got real estate questions, you can give us a call. We have Marcus Vanzant from Marcus & Company down in Sarasota with us today, and Tim Watson from Remax Commercial. You can call us 990-9352 in Hillsborough and 461-9352 in Pinellas. Marcus, you're going to be on the show with us pretty regularly every month talking about what's going on in Sarasota. What are some of the best ways people, if they're interested in real estate in Sarasota, Bradenton, if they contact me, I'm just going to have them contact you. So might as well give out your best website, best phone number.
Well, to reach us, you can go to soldbymarcus.com. Also, the phone number is 941-932-8550, 932-8550.
Perfect.